Tonight, just were you impressed by the way your team not only pulled it out but really battled tonight to get the win?
Yes, and that's what they've been doing. It hasn't been easy for us. It hasn't been perfect. We've been beat up at different times, but this group is really, really competing well, and that rang true tonight. You lose a tough one and fall behind, you kind of crawl back to tie it up and then take the lead and then lose the lead and just keep on playing. And so just a gutsy win by a lot of guys stepping up there when it's when it's not easy.
What has his presence meant to this team this year, especially considering some of the injuries that have taken place so early in the season?
Yeah, I mean, he's been in there I think, he had 1 day off, maybe two, couple DH days. He's been great. His swing really started to lock in probably the last day or two of spring training, where I thought he was starting to get it going a little bit, and carried it into the season, and has been I think I described rock solid. I mean, that's what he's been. He's just been a great presence in the middle of our order, and really consistent, and like he usually always does. Big hits come with him.
Gary, to the left.
It looked like Rizzo really admired that last shot. What was your reaction in the dugout?
When he hit it, I thought he got it, and then following the path, I knew he got it. So I was pleased.
Chris.
When King gives up the homer to Lau, what's the vibe like in the dugout at that point?
Low. Keep playing. We're playing a good team. It's not always going to be perfect. And you got to just keep playing. And, I thought Kinger overall threw the ball well tonight. They couple bloops to set him up, and then a mistake there to Lowe, who's hot, and drives one out the other way. And, to the guy's credit, just, Clay comes in and picks it up and does a really good job of getting out of that inning and holding it to one. And then just some good at-bats there by Judgy, working the walk and then the homer. You just got to keep playing these situations, especially when you're back and forth with a really good team.
Dan, to the right.
Aaron, when Chris asked you that question, you said low. You were correct. That was the pronunciation, not that the morale was low in the dugout.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make sure. Wandy in the ninth, just, you've talked so much about how he's up for every challenge.
Yeah.
With your bullpen the way it's been and a little shaky the last 2 nights, is that, the guy that you would want out there in that?
No, I mean, I never mind Wandy out there, but I was playing the game straight, just like trying to get, I was going to go Clay there at the top of their order with Diaz, Franco, and Arozarena. And then obviously we had already used Hamilton and Kinger to that point, with Lau leading off the inning and knowing Lowe's sitting there in that 4-hole potentially, which obviously they hit for him. It was going to be Wandy's game at that point. So we're just going to mix and match. And obviously I know that Wandy's never afraid in those situations. I thought he was really sharp tonight.
Brian, to the left.
Aaron, you've talked about Volpe starting to get rewarded for some hard contact. Are you seeing a difference from him mechanically at the plate?
I don't know, not necessarily. I think he's done a good job of getting his swing off and making some adjustments. A couple really good at bats off. That hit he got to give us the lead. Did he give us the lead or tie it? The lead, yeah. Off Kelly, that's a tough customer, right on right, and he put a really good swing on that ball. And obviously, to dig the sinker out from Fleming and shoot it the other way like he did, just a really good approach and some really good swings on some a tough right on right and a tough sinker to elevate too.
Ryan.
Aaron, do you think two things? One, do you think that was coincidence that on Volpe that it's the night that you put him in a different spot in the lineup?
Yes.
How helpful has it been for Wandy to have a pitch clock and to be able to work fast? He's had some issues with the quick pitch, but in general, it seems like he's using it to his advantage.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hurt him because of the quick. It's cost him a few balls. He always works quick, and he always has that pace. And before the pitch clock, that's how he pitches. So, I don't know. Brenna, if it's had a net positive or negative on him. because that's kind of who he is, and sometimes now with the clock, he's got to abide and obey a little bit.
Right here in the front.
Sold out. It's May, but sold out crowd. You had your horse on the mound after a loss last night. You think tonight had like a playoff intensity feel to it?
Yeah, Zillow and I were just talking about that. You know, it's one of those, you know, warm night, you know, kind of starting to look like summer. And from Jump Street, the crowd was rocking and into it. It did have that kind of little extra special Friday night, great opponent, you know, good regular season night here at the stadium. So that was fun to be a part of and witness, and you know, I'm sure help play a role in pushing us over the top tonight.